Okay, so this isn't no doxing anybody, but I need to write this down because I am being terrorized, and it's been worse ever since I heard my neighbors up the street arguing about how they didn't care that they were torturing me because it wasn't them. So anyways, this street, this is a house behind me, directly behind me, is responsible for monitoring me as a child. Someone in their family hired somebody named Oscar, from what I got on B2K in 2015 before the targeting started, to start a rumor campaign along with a few other people who were in the know. Analyzing my cousin's April 2015 video, see now deleted privated, I heard a white male say I wasn't getting it and they were going to have to start telling the neighborhood about me. They told friends and family to start terrorizing and following me, and it spread throughout town. So basically it just branches off and keeps going. It's kind of everywhere, so I'm just gonna keep reading. It spread throughout town. They may have put me on a watch list to allocate the federal funding while covertly terrorizing me so that I murder people, or I guess suicide now because they know I don't want to hurt anybody. It's not really covert because everyone has access except me on their phones. They're using radios to bypass evidence. Some of them, and some of them are using their phones. Some are using special phones to converse covertly. People within range surrounding me are using particle weapons and directed energy weapons to inflame my organs, including my colon artery on my left side of my neck, under the rib cage. They hit my nerves, they shock my eyes, other body parts, induce artificial symptoms of anxiety every time I go out in public. All types of emotions like anger, crying, also the anxieties in my house sometimes. Rape me by stimulating the nerves in the lower vaginal area and the lower back, because it's a nerve, and when they hit it, it shoots through the rest of your body. They project imagery in my mind and videos to scare, antagonize me, or keep me lethargic to the point I cannot function. This is how I lost my job at Centurion. Also, today I got mad, so I started filming everybody's license plates around me because I know how this program works. And, yeah, like, I've got, like, muscular dystrophy or something because all my muscles are fucking sore because I haven't been able to do anything. They sent a dispatcher to set me up to get fired. This was in 2016, right when the gang stalking started. Or, wait, no, that was 2019, in the beginning of 2019. They sent a dispatcher to set me up to get fired by showing up and supposedly filming me for the purpose of making me lose my job. When he went to tell my boss, who was a retired police officer, but he didn't know, I don't think. They put me to sleep via modulated frequencies. They can... Well, there's more stuff that they can do. They can cause chills in my body, deprive the brain of oxygen, so it's hard to breathe. They inflame my nasal cavity, which also makes it hard to breathe. Redirect, but I think the nasal cavity is also the brain. They redirect my focus to what they want. They cause muscle spasms. They make me sneeze, cough, vertigo, loss of balance. They force bowel movements or stimulate me to have to use the bathroom. They can make me physically sick. They've made me feel terror because they were so desperate for me to hurt somebody. They body map me to fully to the point. When they made me feel the terror, they started hitting me with like weird AI, and they're morphing into really scary shit. And I had to flash a light in my eyes so I couldn't see the imagery. They body map me fully to the point that they can write through my hands. So, like, when your brain map, they literally can control everything that you do. Like, that's how they develop, like, technology for people who, I guess, lose their arms and legs and shit like that. They could shock me in the throat like just now. They flash my vision to cause memory lapses. It's like Men in Black type shit, I swear to God. When I sleep, I'm hit with electromagnetic pulses, hurting my head and my nervous system. This is also when I'm awake. But I've been, like, sniped in the fucking head, and it's been causing really bad short-term memory loss, too. This is what happened to Olivia Troy when she walked down the White House stairs, Havana syndrome. She was walking down the White House stairs, and they hit her really bad, and it, like, paralyzed her almost. And it's the same type of shit, because they do it to, Oh, here. They induce a coma to force their psychic driving techniques. So when they snipe the fuck out of my head, it like pushes my body into some kind of weird ass coma. Too, I think. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's all the same weapon. And terrorize me in my sleep. They play subliminal audio such as masturbation. They show me videos in which I have to fight to wake up before they willingly let me wake up. And they're always bad, traumatizing, instigative, interrogative, demeaning, humiliating, antagonistic dreams. So whenever you think you're having dreams of like Jesus and shit, it's not a prophetic dream. It's psychic driving. They are psychic driving you in your sleep. They're AI technology. I have a video where they did it to a cat and they showed it a visual stimuli in a TV, and then on the other monitor it showed what the cat was seeing. It's the same shit with us, but some people get it worse than others. I timestamp what I remember every day from, I think, the dreams and I guess etc. other stuff. Before I got targeted overtly, I had artificial anxiety, and clonazepam was the only medication that made me normal, but nothing else hurt me. Like, now it says all the symptoms got bad and no medication, ever since I got targeted, no medication would work. And it only made my body hurt more because they started hitting me in my adrenals. Is it the adrenals? Let's see, clonazepam. So I had seen a doctor in 2013 to 2016, right when this targeting started. Depression medication did not help, only clonazepam did, but it didn't make me sick. And ever since the targeting got worse and started, nothing helps at all. Like, I can't even take the fake medication that, like, you know, they prescribe everybody. It doesn't do anything for me. It makes me sicker and they hurt me more. So after targeting overtly 2016, I started being a victim of organized stalking and harassment, including at work. A police officer came in and said, "Sexy's not being mean to you today, is she?" And I was working with her because she had harassed me the night she spoke to... Again, this is another person that she was talking to the night that I got in an argument with her. He's also the person that lives at this house that I mentioned in the very beginning of this video, or he's related to him. The main family that instigated. So you can tell right here they started the rumor campaign in your community, and they start typically probably with your neighborhood. Or I'm not really sure if it's always your neighborhood or somebody else's. I just know that they tell somebody and it branches out and everybody's friends, and they pay groups individually. So like their friends and family, they'll distribute the money and they'll pay them that way. They also use sound modulation phrases that overlay their normal conversation that can copy anyone's voice and also hide behind it. Like, for example, my little cousin, he thought that I was talking to him at his house, but I wasn't even there, and I never gave anybody permission to do that. Okay, so here I'm gonna go back to like the very beginning and how I kind of know that I was targeted my whole life. And also it's like a map kind of showing and explaining how the targeting works, because at this point I've documented so much that they just kind of started telling me everything. I have been targeted since I was a child. I have testimony of me being modulated since I was a child. Before my mom passed, she mentioned hearing what she thought was her husband's voice, her first husband, before my older brother was born. I know my entire family is under surveillance by blaming me for it. I think I meant to say that I know my entire family is under surveillance, but they try to blame me for it. Like, make it look like it's my fault that everybody's under surveillance or having, like, bad stuff happen. My family has access to their handlers and are able to see individual handlers talk about me. I've seen a man dial a phone number and listen to one of my handlers. They send out notifications somehow, I'm not really sure, but I know that it's gotta be like clustered into like their specific friends and family somehow. I've also heard that they live stream me while they're talking shit to other people so they can see and watch. My family has access to their handlers and are able to see individual handlers talk about me. I think my dad and brother have access to it too, so they can watch. Definitely my brother. My dad, I don't know who gave it to him, but he can see them talking, but I think they don't say certain things to him because they know that he's watching. They choose what information to say to other people to harass me, while simultaneously pretending that they aren't the main ones terrorizing and relaying information to others to harass me. Also, I don't know where this goes, but they tell people, I guess the people around me, they let everybody know when to leave. They'll like honk or something and give them like a signal. So, we'll start with the map. These people, they monitored me and my family and ruined my family covertly because not everybody's an overt targeted individual. Some are just meant to like self-destruct and fall into drugs and shit. But like it's a pattern, and when you see it, it's like hard to not see it. So what they did is they start the rumor campaign, they relay it to their friends and family, and they relay it to their friends and family, and so on. And then they'll tell this other guy that they hired to do the same thing with the neighborhood. So they'll go around and they'll start telling people, and then they'll tell them to spread it out. And then they'll finally get to my own family, and they'll use like somebody by proxy to start telling your mom or your dad some shit about you and to help them, and like it'll branch off and shit like that. So like if you got family that you're not that close to, they'll probably like proxy target them to like say some shit about you and like get them involved. And then it spreads, and then the whole town becomes involved because people on behalf of others tell people everywhere I go to stalk and harass me. That is why I have to timestamp everything I think, say, do, hear on B2K, online, etc. They may hide under the guise of national security, veiled threats, blackmail, and other things. So, and then some other stuff I noticed was people who lived in my neighborhood moved out in 2015, I believe, and handlers started to take ownership. Rentals may have also been bought in order to house people to harass me. A lot of these people that are surrounding you, they like invite people to, I think, stay with them on some of these properties, because I've had like 2 people move out, but there's still people living there. So they're like sending people in and out, but they're not really, I guess, living there. Like squatters. So anyways, rentals may have also been bought in order to house people to harass me. Since there are so many, I'll focus on a 1/4 mile radius in all directions of people, starting with the closest ones. Same with other families' houses. Like your family is monitored, under surveillance. So like if you got an aunt or an uncle or some shit that you were close to, and you still kind of talk to them, their asses are monitored. And the closest ones probably have directed energy weapons. So the main handlers relay info to secondary handlers, who then tell their people to wait for me when I have to leave, and then signal to them what to do, where to go, what to say. Example, the Burke Center tells a woman at the front to reschedule me without letting me see the doctor. And at the same time, I'm simultaneously being terrorized in my nervous system to give me like really high blood pressure and anxiety via modulated frequencies. So what people need to know is they can hit you remotely. That's the modulator. And then there's the people around you that have directed energy weapons that are supposedly there to like amplify, I guess, the frequencies around you or some shit like that. I don't know, but it's they do point shit at you. And so this is how it works. So it's like basically, say like these are each of the houses, they got their own friends and family, and they kind of are responsible for those little groups. And then I have the Frey contract, Office of Naval Intelligence. And it shows that this is applicable and it has existed. Behavioral modification, electromagnetic frequencies on the human nervous system, literally anything biological. This was a document that I had, and it's literally studying behavioral modification, and some of this stuff was electromagnetic frequencies on the human nervous system. This is exactly what they're doing to everybody, along with torture and trafficking. And then I need to highlight this the most because I'm being threatened like every fucking day because they're scared I'm gonna sue them. I experience death threats to me and my family daily by V2K, threats to cancer and other diseases. And then, yeah, I just wanted to show that they do a lot of nasty shit to me and I fucking hate these people. So, what everybody that's in the target individual community needs to do is you need to walk down through your fucking neighborhood and start filming all these fucking cars and get their identity. And then you need to look up their property records. And don't just use one, you're gonna have to use multiple because these bitches are hiding.